So at the beginning of the chapter, we see T-Bone's being killed for his bounty. Interesting seeing as T-Bone is a former knight and current rear admiral, so not just like any guy. Next we see Sengoku and Suru discussing the rise of Cross Guild, before being told Garp has gone to Hachinosu. Sengoku and Suru freak out as you can imagine. No doubt both of them know that Garp will be smashing the place to pieces and that will affect the balance of the world. After this we see Buggy as a new ship and is still being bullied by Mihawk and Crocodile. Amazingly, we hear Crocodile still has a plan to build a military utopia, as we saw back in Alabasta. The dude definitely needs to let that go. We also hear Buggy's dream of attaining treasure. This is fascinating as he may be referring to Captain John's treasure he's been after. I made a video a couple weeks ago on how this was going to come back, and here it is. This leads us to a flashback with Shanks in which Buggy mentions Shanks losing his treasure map. Yeah, Shanks didn't lose his treasure map, by the way. I can pretty much guarantee Shanks didn't give it back to Buggy because he actually found Captain John's treasure under Hachinosu and didn't want Buggy to have it because he's an absolute clown. Anyway, back to the chat. In the flashback we find out Buggy is angry at Shanks for not going after the One Piece, despite him wanting to previously, and Buggy runs away. This tells us, similar with Captain John's treasure, that Shanks already knew what the One Piece was, hence why he no longer wanted to go for it. The flashback ends and back on Buggy's new ship, he cries out that he's on the same standing as Shanks, a Yonko, and that he will become the Pirate King. Crocodile tells Buggy he's delusional, which is followed by a really spicy line. Mihawk out of nowhere sarcastically asks if Buggy wants Mihawk and Crocodile to defeat Red-Haired Shanks, Blackbeard and Straw Hat Luffy for him. What makes this so interesting though is that it's characteristic of Oda to include these statements pretty innocuously, when in reality this might be the order Shanks, Blackbeard and Luffy die in, or maybe the order that Luffy will be defeated by them in. Either way, I'd bet the channel on it being significant in the future. After this, Buggy declares Cross Guild don't have to win battles, just attain the treasure, and he grabs the mic and tells the crew they're going after the One Piece. The crew celebrate, but Mihawk and Crocodile are not impressed. Now, moving on to the most important part of the chapter, we see Sabo. On the first read, people might be hit by the fact he's alive, but what's far more insane here is we see him back with the Revolutionary Army. The chapter ends with Sabo explaining he wasn't at Lelusia himself, but on a boat with evacuees including Moda the milkmaid that no one likes except for the Hidden Island. This is strange to me because during the Lelusia incident, Oda pretty much showed what looked like, to me anyway, Moda staring up at the Death Star blast basically. Seeing as her name has Oda in though, we'll give that a pass. So Sabo goes on to tell Dragon and the others that are there, the Revolutionary Army, he will tell them what he saw at Marijois. Boom. Absolutely world-breakingly huge. What did he see? Emu on the throne. Someone sat atop the world throne, which is a big no-no usually. And we're not just saying some random guys finding out. It's Dragon. Big Daddy Chief Dragon of the Revolutionary Army. This is definitely going to trigger a massive shift in the story and is probably the beginning of the setup for what's coming after Elbath. Will Dragon tell the world straight away, or will Emu's existence be kept a secret for a while longer? However, there is more to this. Sabo may have seen other stuff while at Marijois, stuff like technology, other characters, hidden secrets. For example, the straw hat in the freezer. This is the first time we've ever had a leak of this scale happen, so it's pretty spicy. It's bigger than the Gear 5 wanted poster for sure. Also of note is some speculate Dragon to be the man with the burn scar, and now he turns up. I'm going to stick to my prediction that it's actually going to be Saturn, but knowing Oda, it'll all turn out to be York, and that'll be the end of the story. Just joking. So overall in this chapter, we see Cross Guild bounties are starting to be collected. We also got to hear Buggy's current dream is to get the treasure of One Piece. Crocodile's current dream is still to create a military utopia that cannot be threatened. Ironic, considering he's putting bounties on Marines who literally live out this dream every day. We don't hear Mihawk's dream, so that's one to look out for still. Shanks is shown to originally have wanted to go to Laugh Tale, but for some reason now no longer wants to, which probably ties into what Roger whispered to him back in the day. So yeah, pretty spicy as I say. Dragon fans get hype, Buggy fans get hype. It's time for Cross Guild to get involved. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you've won a 3-month subscription to Punk Records. Let me know what the first thing you'll search will be in the comments. Let's hug it out. Peace.